Hello and welcome to Makala's Makala Podcast channel. Makala, meaning branches, Kasesotho. My name is Amanda Masondo and I'm your host. We hope this podcast finds a way to impact, educate, and inspire your next. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Buzzsprout. Basically everywhere where you find your podcast fix. Every first and last Friday of every month. Hello and welcome to Makala's Makala Podcast. I am your host, Amanda Masondo. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're tuning in, it's either the first or the last Friday of the month, and it means you're a subscriber. It means you are a loyal follower of the movement. We're speaking to amazing guests, entrepreneurs that are trading, that are breaking barriers, that are doing amazing work in various spheres, and telling their stories the way that only they can. So thank you so much for joining us. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. The people that have already, thank you so much. But I see that we are at 7K subscribers. We are doing the most. But there's also there's almost 200,000 of y'all who are viewing the videos. So you see the numbers are not matching. So please, can we match the numbers? Thank you so much. Thank you in advance. My guest today, she will tell you that I may have kidnapped her to come to this podcast, but that's not the truth. The truth is, I follow her work and I think she's great, and I think she should tell her story more often. And she judges me and she says, I forced her hand and da-da-da-da-da. But yeah, you'll hear her story. My guest today is the founder and the creative director of Konope Styles. Her name is Mmathapelo Mashifane. Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for coming. Against all odds. Thanks, man.
I was about to say it's a pleasure, but it is what it is. I'm joking.
You know what? Me, it doesn't matter how you got here. The end results, and people are gonna realize when they hear who you are and what you do, they're gonna say thank you to me. So I'm the hero of the story. But anyway, so Mmathapelo, give us a breakdown of your journey. You were not always a creative director and the founder of an established business. You're somebody's daughter, right? So tell us that journey. Where were you born and raised?
So I was born in Soweto, raised in Limpopo, a place called Konope Mashifane. I moved from Soweto when I was 11, moved to Limpopo until I was 16. Okay. Then I came back to Soweto. But I think most of my upbringing and who I am right now stems from where I grew up, which is in Limpopo.
Okay.
My love for fashion, my love for entrepreneurship, humility, people, everything that I am right now is actually based and stems from who I was as a child.
In Limpopo?
In Limpopo, yes.
Okay. So where do you go to school?
I went to a school called Lewhileri.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a secondary, it was called Lewhileri, I think so, I can't remember. Yeah, that was in
that long ago, huh?
Yeah. And then when I moved to Joburg, I went to Mmathapelo, which is in Soweto.
Okay.
A place called Molapa.
Okay. Yeah. And then university, what did we study?
I went to Rosebank College and I studied business management, but I couldn't complete it because of financial reasons.
Okay.
Then I looked for a job.
All right. And then you started working?
Then I started working. I actually started working when I was 17, 18.
Okay.
Yeah, at a retail store called Musica.
Oh, we all remember Musica,
yeah.
Yes.
And then I moved from Musica, I went to the Body Shop, which is a place where I learned how to do makeup and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I moved to CB, and then after CB I quit and went the entrepreneurial route.
So now, Konope Styles, before it formulates, right? Mm-hmm. You mentioned that you had influences that altered your destiny in that sense. So what are some of the things that you think in your background, the little nuggets that you picked up that said, actually, I think entrepreneurship actually could be the thing that I'm more interested in?
So I was raised by my mother's sisters, aunts.
Okay.
They always had that entrepreneurial spirit. Okay. So they would sell maybe cold drinks, snacks and all that. And then my uncle's wife was also an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So back then we had a small supermarket.
Yeah.
And then we'll sell sweets and all that. but also the most influential person would be my mom. So there was a time during that whole period when I was in Limpopo, I stayed with my aunt, and then I moved to stay with my mom.
Okay.
And then I think I was like 15 or 16. My mom has never worked before.
Okay.
And then she decided to sell sweets, snacks, and all that at a local school.
Okay.
And then she made me sell those things at school.
Okay. I see where you're going with this, but so she was trying to make you an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so I would always see her going to buy stock, preparing. Yeah, and then preparing all those things at night, and then in the morning she'll go and sell those things, come back, count the money, see how much she's made, and then whatever profit that she's made, then she'll go and buy more stock. Like she's very creative, so she'll always find a way to grow her business, literally from nothing to
a sustainable business, clearly.
Yeah.
And then that's what she's actually grooming a proper
No,
entrepreneur.
she didn't know. I
Amazing.
literally told her last year, Hore, the reason why I went into entrepreneurship, besides my aunt and everyone else, it was because of her. And I realized, Hore, something that you have passion for, it doesn't matter if you do it because you need money, but that
A passion is a passion.
From where she was to where she is now, and also being able to take me to school and also take my sisters to school.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But Mama, thank you, because we wouldn't have this girl, doing the most if it wasn't for you. That's amazing. Okay. And now, Mara style is kisamang, because I can't imagine everybody is selling different things. Style, fashion. Where are we getting that from?
Style, kisa mamkhol.
Okay.
So 3 of my aunts barata diaparo.
Yeah.
But banale mele, and I'm very petite.
A petite little
So
girl.
there's one horo o petite nyan.
Yeah.
So nikidula kele. Chomis, get the chomis, so so I would take it. So my fashion style goes way back. When I initially started Konope, I used to sell vintage stuff.
Yes.
So that style idea and everything comes from my aunt.
Konope Styles, when I first met you, that's exactly what it was. Really vintage vibes. So to take us through the journey, your entrepreneurial journey when you established Konope Styles initially, and how that brand has evolved over the years.
It actually shocks me. Because initially when I started, it was a thing of people would say, you look so nice, I like your dress, I like this and that. And then I started selling vintage items just for fun on Instagram. I would do it, and then I would literally sell a dress for like 200 or 250 or 300.
Yeah.
And people will buy it.
Yes.
And then
you
they'll
couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and there'll be like a whole lot of people saying, can I please have this dress? I'm like, there's only one size, and I said,
vintage, but I only said one. It's a unique garment.
Then I started getting more stock from suppliers. Take my cousin, so that we could do like a shoot.
Yeah.
Initially, we did it in White City at my cousin's friend, because nearly that vintage.
Yes, also one of those that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we took a whole lot of pictures, and then I posted them on Instagram. In a week, I sold probably like over 30 dresses.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, there's something here. Then I started branching into like maybe suits and stuff. And then eventually I quit my job. I was like, no, man.
This thing is enough.
Yeah, I was like, no, I can make it, man. Let me see. Then I did that. I quit my job. But my thing was
As is always the journey.
Yeah, but my thing was that passion will get me to this place that I don't know.
Yeah.
But I have faith there's a place for me somewhere.
Yes.
So when I initially quit my job, I told my mom that I was retrenched.
These are my
There's no way. Both of it. Okay, nyako mong happen merek. I can rebel.
I'm gonna have to start my own thing.
Yeah, so
there's no job there for me.
Luckily, my cousins knew Hore. I actually didn't quit, so they were very supportive. Even my younger sister. So anything that I needed, whether it was money to get stock or money for anything, I would get it from my sister or my cousins. If I needed to do a shoot, my nephew would be around. My cousin would be around. Yeah, and then Maspota location, okay? Mom.
So what year is this also? What year is this? Because the Instagram can be cleaning, but
Yo, it was in 2016, I think.
okay.
Yeah. I would either use myself as a model or use my sister.
Somebody's modeling these clothes, yeah.
And then also someone has to package. So clearly we are all going to work.
We're all employed.
So yeah.
So is it called Konope Styles at that point? Have you registered a thing as this?
No.
You're just a name that you come up with on Instagram.
So the name initially I wanted to call it like Button. And then my sister's like, it makes no sense. Change it to our home language, which is Konope.
Okay.
Yeah, so Konope Styles. And also it makes sense because Konope, vintage dresses have this beautiful buttons that you can't find anyway.
100%.
So then we changed it to Konope Styles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but homophilia is also a cut because
that's more than enough.
Wow. All this business is tough.
And I only registered the business in 2017.
Okay.
But even then, I was not like fully on.
Okay.
I was just doing it in G.
It was still just a side gig that you were
it was
passionate
just
about.
a side gig. And then a friend of mine had a store in Maboneng. Had like a small reel and then eventually took over. I had like vintage stuff and then smaller items that I would make, but I wasn't sure what a garment from scratch.
From scratch.
And if you can actually make money from it.
Sure.
So I moved, I think it was for maybe 2020 or 2019 at Sopol. Then I moved from vintage to Konope Elinyona.
Okay. And what was the decision behind that? Why did you decide to do that?
I've always liked the idea of making clothes from scratch.
Okay.
So I used to make clothes for my sister's friend for no dolly. I but I remember at some point
Okay.
Yeah, and then there was a time I had jeans and then I cut them out. Daddy, it's like the patch.
Yes.
And then my mom was like, my sister.
We shall see.
And then I learned how to sketch when I was in primary, grade 7. This other friend of mine was like, let me teach you how to do sketches and all that. She had no idea that I actually had passion for this thing. And then eventually I started learning how to actually sketch a whole dress and all that. So when I decided to go into making my own stuff, and then I remembered everything else that I have always done.
And how you got to this journey. Yeah. Okay. So if you were to describe to somebody who does not know the brand, I don't know where do they live, because I mean it's out there, but if they don't know this brand, how would you describe Konope Styles now?
My slogan is a vintage dress was actually a vintage dress for a modern lady.
Yes.
But now it's timeless fashion. So it's something that you know that you like. You feel like you've seen it before. And then eventually when you wear it, you're like, I had no idea.
I still like it.
Yeah.
Every time you get out of your wardrobe.
Yeah. So Elena, every time when I wear my samples, I'm like, this is good.
This dress,
I know.
Timeless.
Timeless. So I have those things that I include in a dress.
Yes.
That you wouldn't find in a dress in a retail store.
Okay.
There's like small touches and it's unique. It's different. Yes, it might look like something that you've seen on Instagram or a retail store.
Yeah.
But there's some sort of uniqueness.
Until you put it on, you realize.
Yeah, and also I try and make clothes that accentuate a woman's body. I don't make, let's say if I make a size 32, I know that the waist is supposed to look like this.
Yeah.
Then for someone who's a size 42, I know that the waist needs to look like this, and then it accentuates your whole body.
Because all the girls of all the sizes need to be snatched.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what size.
Yeah. So as a size 32, I know that if I wear a certain dress and then the waistline is like this, it makes me look like I'm very curvaceous.
That is the mission. I can attest to the timeless. Like a few pieces there, you know. When I take them out, people are like, "Where did you get this?" Just look like guys. But did you struggle to get your business started? Like from the registering part of it, from the I get it. Everybody talks about stuff that you know you have a passion for it, but now you have to actually make your business legitimate, right? Did you find that process easy at all?
Luckily for me, I had a friend that was already in business, but she was doing something totally different. So, but she helped me with the whole registering process and all that. But I eventually also learned to understand that as much as I'm running a fashion business, I'm a creative, yes, but a part of me growing this business has to come from the fact that I need to learn how to run a business. I can be a whole creative and make beautiful dresses, but as long as I don't have the background understanding of how to run a business, I won't be able to sustain it. Yeah. So it also helps to ask a lot of people. Also be open-minded, because there's only so much that you can know. If you need to do a short course, do it. If you need to go the whole route of
3 years,
then do that.
Knowledge is power. Don't be afraid to pick up your hand and say, to say.
There is so much that you need to learn from people that have experienced what you might be going through.
Okay, let's talk about entrepreneurship, right? Holistically. Obviously, you had your own idea from watching your aunts, from watching your mother. But once you got into it, were there things that you thought, is this what entrepreneur is? Or did you find that, actually, I can identify with these things because I've seen them before?
Hey, it's nice when the money comes in.
Guys, why do you all say that?
It's very nice. You're like, okay, we are here now. But managing cash flow and everything, it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's nice to chow it, but to make sure that you have money by end of the month to pay everyone, your employees, be able to send out packages on time, good customer service, all those things. It's not easy. You learn the hard way. Some people, and I've also learned the hard way. But hence I'm saying the business side was also very tricky. Even now it's very tricky. There are things that I don't understand. Like, do I really have to pay for registration? Why? Last. And then there's also tax. There's also, there's just a whole lot of things that you need to do. Yes, the money when it comes in, let's say maybe I sell a dress, because people assume that if you sell a dress for maybe 1.5, then it's your money.
In actual fact,
it is not, because you need to count the fabric money, the zip, the label, the people that make the stuff. Likely have a whole manufacturing office. People, but also I need to make sure that they get paid by the end of the month. There's also the marketing side. In order for me to get people to buy this dress, I need to see it. They need to see it. So, the costs, obviously, I'll use myself.
You are the model.
I'm the model. So I'll use myself. But the marketing stuff, making sure that you attract a lot of people. Also, you can attract a lot of people, and people might be interested in your garment, but moving them from being an interested
to buying,
it's a whole new process. And then there's also the packaging side. Okasi use a plastic black, kamusiswa 1.5.
Yes. Let's not do that.
And okasa use package in your way fellow. Wakenya kamera plastic ya korea guy no. Also go be some warmth. You also appreciate those people, because there's a whole lot of people selling clothes on Instagram. We're also competing with the retail stores. And then now. So you understand?
I was about to mention them, but I won't go there.
So you understand, Hore, we all vouching for.
It's the same market.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if someone opts not to go to a retail store and maybe buy a dress online, you need to make sure you're also very reliable, communicate, be efficient, produce quality garments, and then when it comes to packaging, we'll make sure we're not packaging. How no you cost man,
Yeah.
why is it regular rock, obviously?
Yes.
But it was on to be surprised.
Look at this packaging. Look at this.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to unwrap packages.
Yes.
Or Christmas gifts.
Yeah, so in that side, business loan is very important.
When you talk about now the manufacturing side of it, like you touched on it, right? Where did you find your manufacturing? Who decides? How did you find them? Who's going to sew this? Who's going to sew this? How do you outsource? What are you outsourcing? What are you not outsourcing?
When I initially started, I went through the CMT route.
Okay.
So with the CMT route, you take in your design, and then they make a sample, and then you can decide if you want to. Well, most people will say the minimum, like 20 items.
Okay.
And
of that
also-
specific dress.
Yes, and then maybe a lot of per size.
Okay.
And then, but I would say more to only okay, maybe 20 dresses, different sizes, and all that.
Yes.
So everything that I'm doing now, it's because I've learned it from all those people that I've worked with before. Coming up with a design, I will say it's simple for me because I don't know and understand the techniques of making a garment.
Okay.
But also there's a whole thing of listen with the stress. They need to cut a pattern first. We use the measurements, it's and then also from moving from size 32 to size 44.
Yeah.
It's a whole technical thing. Then we start with the samples. We move from samples if it looks nice, because also I need to try it on. Make sure that it fits. If we need to change certain things, then before we can start with the whole production. Yeah. So it's tricky. But once you get the hang of it, it's easy. I won't say it's very simple, but it's easy to maneuver and do. Yeah. So I know with the customers that I have, they mostly like dresses and skirts, the two-piece. I will say they like them, but I think in Belgium,
Yeah.
so I understand her, and also they come back mainly because of how I make my clothes.
And now, from a manufacturing point of view, you can give those insights to somebody because you now have the understanding. Gotcha. Okay. And then doing business with retailers. We've sat here, a lot of entrepreneurs have sat where you've sat, and they said, "Yay, what a difficulty navigating that space and getting to know just to know that how to get in." There are people who just are at home and they want to see their products on a shelf somewhere. Tell us your process and what you decided to do versus what maybe other people are not thinking about.
I would say the main thing or the biggest thing about business is you need to do research, and also I say one size fit all. Just because it works for a certain person doesn't mean it works for you. Do I want to be in a big retail space? Yes. But I also need to take into account for it. I would have to pay rent. There will also be like commission fees and all that. If I sell, I don't want to have different prices. So if someone buys something online, which is like 1,000, but if they go into a retail store, they end up paying 1.5. I don't understand the logic behind that.
Gotcha.
So if you feel like you want to go into the retail space, try and do a bit of research. There is quite a lot of spaces that you can go into. I am part of Evan Spaces. They have a store in Fourways and Sanderwood. Yeah. So the agreement is that I pay a certain amount, rent for a reel.
Okay.
There are no commission fees. There's nothing. Okay. The only thing that I do is provide paper bags and all that. Okay. And that's it. So I know every month that I need to pay this amount, whether I've sold anything or not. But
it's irrelevant. Got you. That's important to know. That's important to know. Got you.
So I wouldn't advise someone, you're only starting out and you think a retail space would make sense for your business.
Okay.
It also makes sense in a sense how there's a lot of foot traffic,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. But
People are
can
going to see your comments. Yeah.
But and also these people have contracts. So let's say maybe you sign a 6 months contract. Would you be able to pay 15,000 every single month? And
Even if people are not buying.
even if people are not buying, because also but baraka according to what they like and what they can afford.
Yeah. I like that answer. I like it. So investigate whatever works for your business. No size, one size does not fit. Oh, English is Sekgowa, thank you.
Live it.
Okay, so I want to talk about some of the trends that you're seeing, right? The fashion industry is very big, and there are designers coming in and out. South Africa, in fact, I think now we're wearing local. We're not guys. Tell us what the trends that you are seeing. What things about fashion are exciting to you that are either coming up or exist or that are back, that you think if this thing can stay in fashion, this would be great.
Waiting for fashion, a timeless look, and there is that. Fast fashion or yeah, okay.
The fly by night, or just trendy fashion.
I stick to the timeless pieces. You can never go wrong.
Yeah.
But also, I give a sticker on one thing just because it works for me.
Mmathapelo, let's talk about your lessons so far. I get as long you're a seasoned entrepreneur. Yeah? You've been doing this for a while now. You know your things now. You're no longer that girl from music. You can tell them a few things. The tips in your hand. What are some of the things that you think were pivotal moments that you think, I wonder if this one did not happen? Whether it was a good thing, a struggle, or something that changed the way that you think about things, or something that helped you scale up. What were some of the lessons that you think on your journey so far, this moment was the moment that changed things for my brand?
I wouldn't say it changed things for my brand.
Okay.
But it also changed as a person and as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So when I had a store in Mabuning, I decided to renovate the store, right?
Okay.
Furniture.
Vibes.
Huh?
All the things.
A week later, I get a letter from the landlord. They want to not even renovate. Maybe it's on this thing, but we said it.
Yeah. Demolition.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
But then we said that whole place, and then Batlotala, the shop was ready.
After you just renovated.
And then they gave us I think it was 2 months old. And I was like, I'm good. It's fine, I'll leave. So I had to leave that. Was it in 2019, July. So my last day, I think it was end of August. So I had used that business money to renovate the place, only to be told, Hori, you need to leave.
But thank you, no thanks.
No.
Sure.
And then that whole thing really, it was not a nice situation. I'd lost a lot of money. I lost interest in business.
Yeah, this was a mistake, an error on my end.
Yeah, so I decided to pause Nyanaka business and just take a break. Because remember, before renovated and everything, I was amped up.
Yes.
Then with the money that I used, I was like, okay, it'll quit.
Yes.
It'll quit bang.
Because the shop is closed.
I guess I'm gonna get la kataba ya chelete ya COVID.
Mmathapelo.
Parents and so can't break. I think I took a break from late 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
I was like,
To recuperate.
Then I took a whole break, I think, until end of 2020.
Sure.
Yeah, 2020. And then 2021, that's when I decided to come back. But now, a whole new person now.
Yeah.
I understand the importance of money, saving, not using everything that I have. Anything that I decide to do, I make sure I do a bit of research. There's also people that hold me accountable. My cousin, we say
Yeah.
I also eat.
Yeah.
Are.
What happened to A, B, C, and D?
So when I lost money in 2019, 2020, and then 2021, I needed to start from scratch.
Yeah.
Obviously, I get it if you don't post. I guess if you don't post and then people unfollow you.
Yes.
And then I lost a lot of customers. You know.
Yeah.
I was like, were
you hacked or what, my sister? What happened?
So I needed to change a few things. That's when I decided to go full in making my own stuff.
Yeah.
Then I stopped vintage, I think.
Yes.
And
are we going back?
we have to show me.
Yeah. But now we're making our own stuff.
No.
Oh.
So Konope honale business Konope honale mamitse honale tropical trend.
Tell us. When
Konope
were you gonna tell us?
Those that know. So obviously, as a business, in decide sub-brands. It makes sense because
subsidiaries.
Yeah.
Come on with
So Konope being the main girl.
Yeah.
The timeless classic stuff everyday way.
Yes.
So or how to baby baby. Okay.
No, why are you asking what's going on? Concentrate. Are we promoting here or talking about me?
And then my mate came for mostly corporate girlies.
Okay.
And then gala dinners. So when that looking at the is serious.
Yeah.
It's serious. How shall I bare? And then tropical again, like an everyday way. So all those businesses, the supporter Konope.
Yeah. Okay.
And then overly the options happy.
Got you.
So vintage, but
Yeah.
it mainly because it's because of vintage.
The origins,
Yeah. And also when I wear like a vintage dress or vintage suit or pants, I never wear grey anyway.
Yeah. Click demand. Yeah, click
demand, but it's also nice over there piece only one.
Right, so timeless continues.
Yeah.
Across all your brands.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. I when I'm a gal business. I love it. Okay. Tell us, you spoke about COVID, right? There are other things. South Africa is South Africa, but it's a global. We're struggling across the board. Economy. I mean, okay, askis, yeah, but what's happening about struggling? But economy generally, global economy generally is going through the most. Inflation is all what they is. It's just. We just don't know what's going on. The interest rates, everything affects everything. Food is expensive, clothing is expensive. Are you finding that customers are wishy-washy? That's hard. Who reckon up because they have this thing, or it's either bread, milk, or dress.
Obvious dress. I never wish or I just
Buy the dress.
Obviously.
Leave the food.
You won't die. You'll survive, my sister. No get all. But I always tell them, I don't know, I can't take to get a job. That too. Orange.
Yeah.
And then get orange.
Yeah.
Epic.
Let me give you a vision.
You've been broke before. Did you die? That also I walk over late. But Yes, not in question on it.
Wow. Nakele, are you seeing trends of people just buying less? They're clearly still buying because when you don't let them, I'll buy him easy. But
We are
are you
But also, restaurants,
yeah.
with the interest rate and everything, it's alarm.
Yes.
But Havana G just to spend on a dress.
Yeah.
People can afford to buy 4 dresses or 3 dresses
Yeah.
in a month,
Yeah.
right? But also, I have also introduced pages now.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oikush.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then guys, hurry.
Yeah. Don't have to pay it all at
Let
once.
me tell you a funny story. Hi kids are pages now, so I wanted to see hurry if it actually works and like customer would experience it.
Yeah.
Can na all. Kemo. Keko Konope.
Yeah.
Ka release a dress size 32. Ka kenya dress. It's a color hanya angry in a hore. Notification ki take it wrong. Kiba kala hoke na order number kira. Konje ki kenze katem.
My sister.
3 months ago for 11 David.
But now you know it works.
Yeah, but also pages now, it also works for what's about maybe 3 dresses from Konope, and you can't afford to pay 3,000 or 3.5.
Right now, yeah.
Then you pay a certain amount. I think by Kataka 3 months. Or 3
So, but do you
payments.
get the dresses? That fit, or do they arrive after you've paid it off?
No, show me.
Okay.
Kona a reflector as somebody longer of it's opatala no.
Okay.
And then go on. I get tricky in David.
Oh, so okay, wait. Guys, you guys are winning this game. I don't know what we're doing. You guys are winning this game.
So pages now, at least it allows me to increase stock the way
Yes, yeah.
But I've also noticed or how maybe they'll buy like 3, 4, 5 dresses.
Yeah.
At one go.
Yeah.
So no baraka, let's say maybe first week we'll just stock as a simple. They can easily buy 4 dresses.
Yeah.
We use pages now.
Yeah.
Then after 2 weeks, can launch something they do.
Okay.
So babo no mayano won't stock.
Yeah. All right.
And also, I think it saves you money. Because spending so much money on clothes in a month,
Yeah.
at least also I'll spend maybe 2,000.
Yeah.
The rest of the money you can use it for other things.
Yeah. Fair enough. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I love that partnership. That's a partnership that works. Love it. Oh, this are the Bomo Geli Bakalabali on point. Okay. They are getting the dress now and they're paying later. Love it. Besides pandemic, besides the economic downturn of generally every country in the world, did you guys suffer from any other thing? Unrest? Did you guys get affected at all? Okay. That's good. That's very good. So what is your leadership style? Because you're not the employee when.
I'm very chilled weights, so you
Yeah.
never say hore bossy ki ele.
Yeah.
And kiba or asina baratum pizza madam longo ker I can longo I can madam.
Madam.
Go home first kinkile Mmathapelo Mashifane.
Yeah.
Choose whichever name you wanna use. But they know hore.
When we're working, we're working.
We are working. We produce so many items in a day. Make sure that your staff, you do quality checks. We have meetings every Monday.
Yeah.
Right, discuss already. What can we improve? What should we do? And also they have an opportunity, and I've told them, Hori, I might be the face or the brains behind Konope, but Lona Kilnali push up.
You're the heart.
Yeah. They are also allowed to have a voice.
Yeah. So then, now what's next? What are our plans? Where are we going?
So I'm opening up a store in Midrand.
Yes.
Vasha.
Oh.
And at least then pupu. I'm opening a store in Midrand in October.
Lovely.
Alright.
Congratulations. I have no choice. I mean, good lord, the customers I tell them different outfits, so pressure. I felt it, and yeah. October boutique in Midrand. Kogai.
There's a place called Innovation Works.
Yes.
At Midrand I go familiar on.
Yeah.
But Gates, I think it's 16th Roads. I forgot the address, but we're opening a store in Midrand
Amazing.
in October. So we'll have all those brands in one store.
100%.
Yeah.
All the subsidiaries.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna try and make sure whatever is available in the store,
Yeah.
you can't get it anywhere else.
Oh.
Because I'm also trying to avoid this thing of posting so much on Instagram,
Okay.
because
Oh, Rona must be late for the posting. Okay.
I enjoy it. Unfortunately,
So
I
it's not a
can't.
limiter.
Yeah, and also I give out because there's a, can I say this? There's a lot of people that are copying.
Poaching. We won't mention names, but apparently there's a big company, global company, that's doing the most with Mmathapelo's pictures. And we know who you are, essentially. So stop. Or give us a contract. These are the only options. Thank you.
Hi. So I give out that exclusivity
Yeah,
thing,
gotcha.
because as much as people like my stuff, but then they don't like the idea, hore, they'll buy it for a certain amount and then
Yeah.
get 200.
Because small street, it's not okay.
Yeah. Can't say that. And there's also 4 ways, the urban spaces. Yeah, so there's
Okay.
also that. So, and then in November,
Yeah.
in November there's also a pop-up
Okay, go guy. Or coming soon.
coming soon.
Okay,
Now it's again.
That's fair. By the time this girl coming soon, I'll post them all, you know. Our
Yeah.
editing team, what a team. I'll just put it together, they'll put the things
So
on
there'll
there.
be a pop-up in end of November.
Gotcha.
So that is to launch the Christmas. And then I'll get all the photo shoot tsa Christmas.
Yes, lead family.
So
Libongwana,
ba batla diaparo tsa ho etsa di-photo shoot and all that. So we're going to launch the Christmas range. It will overlap to the 14th Valentine.
Valentine.
So mostly traveling like red, pink stuff.
Nice.
Then also green yada, white yada.
Yes, girl.
Bayana ba chepa my sister ka Christmas. O
Listen.
jwa di krala tse red.
Listen, we've seen them.
Ka hlala ka poka.
Right. Mmathapelo, knowing what you know today, would you do it all again?
Yes, I would.
That's all.
Quick in the heart of my sister. I would. It's very. Yesterday, I know it's too out of nowhere.
I didn't finish ABC and T.
But I am glad that I took that leap of faith.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I've always known that I love fashion. I've always known I have that entrepreneurial spirit. So I'm glad that I followed one of my. I've been a multi-talented.
Come on.
I am glad that I followed one of my passions. I am able to live up to the person that I've always been meant to be. When I go back to a 9 to 5, I would if
Left.
yeah, but I enjoy the freedom that comes with what I'm doing. It doesn't feel like a job. That days where it feels like a job,
Yeah.
but half of the time it feels like it's just a learning curve.
And
I didn't get it right today, but tomorrow it will be better.
yeah.
And I've also taught my nephews a few things, so I know it.
You're also passing it forward to the next generation.
So I would definitely do it, mainly because it brings out this goofy, kind, funny, lovable, fashionable kids.
I mean, just waste for us to roll to us because I don't know why you're telling us.
I never enjoyed it. So it brings out this person that I am now.
Yeah.
If I didn't take that leap of faith a few years ago, I'd probably be, hey, that's not miserable, but not being able to live out who you are, it's not a nice feeling. So
Yeah.
I like the type of person I am because of what I do and what it can provide. I like using my creative side more than anything else. Yeah,
And this brand allows you to do so.
it does. it allows me to be yellow today, green Kausane.
Yes.
I am able to tap into different spheres of
Having a robot. Yeah.
Neng kena director. As but like an angle is so I have that eye for photography. I also have an eye for fashion. I have an eye for fashion styling. I want to get so I am just glad that
You found your
I
calling.
took
Yeah.
that leap of faith, and I'm glad that that leap of faith and that calling has given me so much peace. And yeah,
I love that for you. Congratulations.
thank you.
But we're very proud of you. We're very proud of you. When I think about the girl that I met, I don't even know how long ago. But so, Alicia Ingena Jong, Alicia, I said to interview, and then there were, ladies and gentlemen, fashionista, style icon, designer of all the years, timeless girl, Mmathapelo Mashifane. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.